How's it going, viewers? Mr. Incredi-Brony's back and he's rolling with the punches, baby. Welcome to a ranking tier list. This is my only one I'm doing today, and the last video I'm also recording for today. Let me say right off the bat, this is already going to be my most controversial video ever. I didn't want to do this. I never had plans for doing this, but because of someone in my videos, I did not read your name, I apologize, but you commented, I would love you to do a tier list of every Marvel movie. At first I was like, nah, that ain't happening, bruh. I like a challenge, but I'm not ranking every movie and show from easily the worst studio ever. I am disappointed in Marvel right now. I really am. For a couple years, actually. And 2023 is not going to change it. Unfortunately, I went to my uncle's birthday the other day, and it was a really great birthday, don't get me wrong. My uncle has a great taste in birthday music, cake, parties, and music. But he actually said to me, I love your channel, nephew, but I would love if you did a Marvel-related video, if that's cool with you. So, if you're watching this, uncle, this is for you. And to you whoever commented to do this, but here we go. Every Marvel show and movie from the olden days to right now. This is my opinion, so don't judge. I swear. And also, I think we can all agree that MCU sucks at comedy and doesn't know how to do dramatic stuff only at certain times. Makes their heroes unlikable, villains forgettable. That's the problem. That's why we need more movies like 2000 Spider-Man trilogy directed by Sam Raimi. We need more of that. We don't need MCU. Okay? Let's continue. Music, please. Like I said, this will be my most controversial video. I don't care. This is my channel, my opinion. Y'all made me do this, so I'm doing it for y'all. And to prove it, I don't have a single DVD of any single MCU film. That's how much I'm not a fan of it. Even if I like a film, doesn't matter. The only Marvel films I have on DVD is the Spider-Man films. That's it. Alright. Also, this is going to be in a random order. It isn't in chronological order, so don't get mad with me. This is random, so I don't know. I don't even know the order of the release dates, and if I'm being honest with y'all. Here we go. Starting off, we have The Avengers, the very first Avengers film from 2012. I'll be honest with y'all, I liked this film when I first watched it, back when it first came out, but when I watched it again, I realized it's not that exciting. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some fun moments, like when Captain America is leading the team and he tells Hulk, smash. I thought that was really cute, and I like the part, and every time Loki is on screen, I love him. Loki is honestly one of the better Marvel villains we're ever gonna get. He's so cool. I just find the interactions with some of the heroes very, I don't know, kind of weird. It doesn't feel like a superhero crossover movie. I think Power Rangers handle that way better. You know, because all the Power Rangers feel like different characters from other movies and shows, and they came all together. The same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They just feel like they're from different movies, and they work so well together. In this case, which, of course, they are all from different movies, it doesn't work for me. The Avengers overall isn't terrible, but I first watched it, I'd give it an A. But now that I've watched it again, honestly, it's a B. I'm giving The Avengers a big B tier. So, top of the B tier so far. Don't really have anything bad against it. I just find it kind of underwhelming, honestly. Okay, then we have Avengers Age of Ultron. This is my first hot take. I like this movie a lot more than the first one. I'm putting this in the A tier. I like Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't care what y'all say. This is actually good. The hate that this film gets is way too much. This film actually did the comedy pretty well. Even the first 5 minutes made me laugh. Like when an Iron Man swore, Captain America was like, big language. That was funny. And I like the interactions with Hulk and Black Widow, or Natasha if you prefer. They were really cute. And I think the villain Ultron was really cool. I think he was a really cool villain. Not as cool as Loki, but still. I thought he was not too bad for a villain. And the action was way better. The best part was when Hulk went all rampage and Iron Man had to try and defeat him. That was a really good scene. Other than that, the film is just fun, really. I don't really have anything bad against it. It's just fun. It's just really fun. And actually does have some funny moments in it. It feels a lot more better than the first Avengers film for me personally. So Age of Ultron gets an A tier. It's a low A tier, but still A. Then we have Captain America Civil War. Finally, now we have a great movie. This honestly is an S tier. I really like this film. I don't like it. I actually kind of love it. The battle with Team Iron Man or Team Captain America was amazing. The way he introduces Black Panther was great, and I love the introduction to all the characters. I think the fights were really good, and it was actually funny at many times too. This is actually this is one of the few MCU movies where I actually think Tom Holland was the best Spider-Man. No joke. In his standalone movies, I actually kind of despise him as a Spider-Man guy. No joke. I think the portrayal of Spider-Man in his own movies are bad. But when the Russo brothers direct him, he's great. So in the Avengers movies, I think he's great. And honestly, pretty much the best Spider-Man. But when we have him in his own movies, it goes really low. Worst thing ever. Again, this is a hot take. But yeah, Captain America Civil War, really, really good. I really like it. Okay, then we have the first Ant-Man movie. I'll be honest, it's honestly not too bad. I think it's honestly fun. I think it's enjoyable. I'm not invested with Scott's origin story, but I've honestly found the film very entertaining, and I like the action when he goes small and big. It's really good. I think it's one of the more creative Marvel movies, and I'll put it on B tier. I'm putting it on B tier. Low B tier, but honestly, still really fun. And then we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Basically the same thing with a new character. Not as exciting, so C tier. I'm giving Ant-Man and the Wasp C tier. Okay, then we have Captain Marvel. What else can I say? D tier. I don't care. D tier. One of the worst ones. We really didn't need it. It was just pointless. The only time I liked the film was when I found out how Nick Fury got his eye patch, which is called a cat. That's it. It was a cat. That's it. Okay, then we have Captain America, the First Avenger. I'll be honest, when I first watched this film, I didn't like it. But when I watched it again, there was actually quite an enjoyment to it, really. I don't know. I like the vibe to it a lot more now. And for that, I'm putting it in the C tier. Also, Chris Evans is... I'm going to be honest. I'm going to quote Sebastian from Seb Screen. He's jacked. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. He's jacked. Is he the best Chris? No, that's Chris Pratt. Everyone knows Chris Pratt is the best Chris. Come on. Not bad. Okay, speaking of Captain America, we now have Winter Soldier. Excellent. Honestly, excellent. Did I mention excellent? Yes. Captain America the Winter Soldier goes in S tier. I didn't read the comic book. This is from someone who never read the comic books, but is aware of them and has seen a few images of them thanks to my uncle, once again, because he's a huge fan of comic books and even Marvel, honestly. And he admits when a Marvel movie is bad, mediocre, or really good. Okay, and the Winter Soldier is great. The twist of the Winter Soldier being Bucky Barnes was actually insane. I didn't see that coming, and yeah, it was really good. The action was great, and the comedic moments were actually not too bad. I do prefer Civil War because it had more heroes in it, but Winter Soldier still gets on an S tier. Okay, then we have the first Doctor Strange movie. This one is gonna go in the top of B tier. I like Doctor Strange as a character, but I feel that for his origin story, it wasn't the most engaging one. I feel like they made him way too goofy. I think the Kate being a prick to him was just kind of pointless. Like, it didn't make sense to me. They're supposed to be best of friend. Like, I didn't like how he was being treated. And some of the action scenes were a bit too underwhelming for me personally, but I didn't think the film was terrible. So yeah, B tier for Doctor Strange. Okay, then we have Guardians of the Galaxy. I love this. I actually love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's actually amazing. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is actually one of my favorite MCU films. It's actually my top 5. Bite me, viewers. It's the top of S tier right now. Listen, I love Chris Pratt, okay? Star-Lord is hilarious and really likable. My favorite part is when he was dialing his finger and he slowly extended his middle finger. Like, that was really funny. Groot is amazing. Rocket is absolutely hilarious. Such a cute raccoon as well. Gamora is, well, she's Gamora. What else can I say? She's 20 times cooler than she's 20% cooler than She-Hulk. I'll tell you that. Because you know she's a green lady. You get my point. Like I said, This is hashtag my most controversial opinion. No, this is hashtag my most controversial video ever. Okay? Deal with it. And I'm doing this whilst wearing an adorable Derpy t-shirt. Like, look, I could have chosen a better t-shirt, but no, this is actually the perfect t-shirt for this. So yeah, comedy is great in this one. The first 5 minutes is really great. I like how it actually establishes Star-Lord's origin. And also, this is actually the only MCU film where I like the character Drax. Drax was actually really likable in this one. He had a motivation. And I think Dave Bautista admitted that he's not a fan of the MCU's changing of him being, more comedic and childish. Because, he's Drax the Destroyer. I don't like when the MCU make their characters supposed to be really, really tough back like, wimps. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, top of the S tier. It's really great. My only complaint is I wish the villain was a little bit better, but that's about it. It's a really great origin story overall. It really is great. S tier. Then we have Avengers Infinity War. This is a hot take. This is the best Avengers movie. I don't care what y'all say. It's the best Avengers movie. Is it my favorite MCU film? You know what? Scratch it. Scratch that. It is. I like it more than Guardians of the Galaxy because it has actually because unlike Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War has actually got a good villain. Thanos is freaking incredible. I love him. Even though you're supposed to despise him, I still love him. He's just so badass, and his reasons for what he does is actually very heartbreaking. And the relationship he has with Gamora and Nebula is crazy. It's so crazy. All the characters were handled really well. Even Spider-Man was actually really well developed in this film. The comedy actually was funny at times, like, where is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? So yeah, this film has some funny moments in it, and the ending does make you tear up. I won't spoil it, but it will make you tear up. It made me tear up, but when I watch this film now, it doesn't make me tear up anymore because I know that they're not dead. Because, in the MCU, viewers, no one dies. Why is The Incredibles better than the MCU? I'll tell you why. Because characters do die and they never come back. That's how you do it. Okay, then we have Avengers Endgame. This is a hot take. I don't love this film as much as people want me to. I'm putting it in the top of A category. Okay, viewers, calm down. Put down the pitchforks, please. If you kill me, then how am I going to record videos for y'all? Think about it. Endgame was great, but not amazing. I feel like the first 1 hour, 20 to 30 minutes is kind of boring, but the final act is absolutely astonishing. But I only want to watch the film for that scene. But the rest of the movie is just meh. Okay? Thank you. Endgame had a great ending, just not a good build-up. It wasn't enough for me. Okay, and the fact that Captain Marvel was its previous predecessor, you know how terrible that is. Okay, then we have Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like I said, I love the first movie, but the second one has a few issues, honestly. The villain is a lot better. I like the villain a lot more, but the comedy in this one was a bit too much for me to handle. Drax felt out of character. The introduction of Mantis was really nice. I like Mantis, honestly. She's basically the derpy of, Avengers, being made fun of her looks, but when you realize she's actually a sweetheart, that's why I'm wearing this t-shirt, basically. Just call this my Mantis t-shirt. I don't think this film is bad. I just think it has some really bad writing in some areas, and I feel like the way Star-Lord acts to Gamora is a bit out of character, honestly. I get it, but it just feels weird. And the fact that Mantis could have told them what Ego's motivation is, it's just dumb how they just cut away from that. It's just wrong. And Yondu's death was really emotional. I was upset, but I feel like they just did that because it was the only way, because he was the real father of Star-Lord. So I feel like Yondu's death was kind of forced, but he's a great character, so I will miss him. Yondu was a great character, so I will miss Yondu. But honestly, for those reasons, Guardians of the Galaxy #2 gets a soft. I'm putting it in B tier. Top of B tier. I want to put it in A, but it just has quite a few issues with it. Even my mom thinks this film is a bit too much. So yeah, top of B tier. That's it. Baby Groot is amazing. Because of Baby Groot, this gets a B tier, okay? B for Baby Groot. It would have been C tier if it wasn't for Baby Groot, okay? Okay, then we have Hulk. The Hulk movie from 2003 when we had Eric Bana playing Hulk. I actually like this film. Yeah, I like this film. B tier. Now, in reality, The Incredible Hulk, that's better. The Incredible Hulk, C tier. That's what I'm gonna say. C tier. Top of C tier. I think it's better than Ant-Man and Wasp and Captain America: The First Avenger. The Incredible Hulk actually feels a bit confusifying for an origin story, but honestly, I do like the character of Hulk really a lot in this movie, honestly. And the villain actually had some good motivations too, so yeah, C tier. Okay, then we have the Iron Man movies. Okay, Iron Man, that started it all. A tier. Iron Man 2, D tier. I do not like this movie at all. Iron Man 3, I'm gonna put this in C tier just for Trevor, played by Ben Kingsley, because I love Trevor's character. He was hilarious in this movie, and that's it. War Machine is cool too, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I like War Machine, but that's about it. Iron Man 3, C tier. Black Panther. Rest in peace, first of all, to the actor, Chad. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Rest in peace to him. This film, A tier. Low A tier. Spider-Man Homecoming. Disappointing, honestly. C tier. I'm putting it in C tier only because it has Michael Keaton in it, and I love Michael Keaton as an actor, but I feel like this role as Vulture could have been great, but honestly, they ruined it with the comedy. They could have made him a dark, twisted villain, but no, they made Adrian funny for some stupid reason. This film is just not funny at all. It just feels way too goofy, and Peter Parker's reason for being a hero is just wrong. I want to be an Avenger, man. That's so cool. No. Whereas Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had a real origin story and had to deal with a death, okay? So Spider-Man Homecoming is a boring film, okay? It's way too goofy than it has to be. This is not a MCU, this is a Disney. This is like a goofy Disney Saturday show crammed into a movie. That's what it feels like. So yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, C tier. Very low. Spider-Man Far From Home, however, that has Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, B tier. Yeah, B tier. But it's low B tier. I think it's better than Homecoming, but only in a couple ways. It does give a bit more depth to Peter Parker because he, has to deal with the death of Iron Man, but he doesn't do it for enough. He only does it for like a couple scenes, and that's it. The comedy does get in the way sometimes. I do like the relationship with him and MJ. I like their development in their relationship. I like that. And that's really it. This film doesn't really do anything that amazing, honestly. And it made Peter Parker really dumb by giving the glasses to Quentin. It just doesn't make sense. And I knew he was going to be the villain. Everyone knows that Mysterio is a villain. So the film making him be like, a good guy is just wrong. I didn't like that. And the after credit scene with the truth of Nick Fury was awful. I love the mid-credit scene with, J.K. Simmons returning to play J. Jonah Jameson, admitting who Spider-Man is. I like that, but that's it. B tier for Far From Home. The first Thor movie, C tier. For The Dark World, D tier. For Ragnarok, B tier. I don't want to talk about the Thor movies. They're all consistently a bad franchise. Comedy is fine. It's just fine in this movie. Taika Waititi is having his time of his life, but in all honesty, he should do more voice work, like for, I don't know, the guy in Lightyear who's like, I've got the pen! He needs to do more of that, not this. and what he did in Free Guy. His role in Free Guy was actually pretty funny. I liked that. Okay, WandaVision, our first TV show. And honestly, for the first TV show on this tier list, it's actually pretty mediocre. Yeah, you expect me to like this, but I don't. Actually, no, I enjoy it, but I don't think I like the show as much as most people do. The sitcom thing was actually really good. I like the sitcom thing, but the way they bring back Vision did feel very off-putting for me. I don't know why. It just didn't feel right. But it has got some really good action scenes in it, and I can tell it's trying to be a bit like The Incredibles, but it just fails at that. You know, the whole family thing and the villain motivations, you know, monologuing. It's clearly making fun of what The Incredibles is trying to do right. So if anything, it's just being insulting. But I'll credit is credit. I'll give where credit is credit. Credit is credit. Credit is credit. Credit is credit. I'll give where credit is credited. This is honestly a low A tier. WandaVision is a low A tier. Okay, then we have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Very disappointing. D tier. Loki. This is pretty good, but has 2 awful episodes. B tier. Black Widow. D tier. The What If series. Creative, but why is it animated? C tier. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Simply fantastic. Brilliant, but kind of lazy. This is one of the few MCU films that actually does really good with the comedy. I really loved Awkwafina's character. She was hilarious. Like, one of my favorite lines in the film was when she's like, "Oh my gosh, so you changed your name from Shang to Sean?" I mean, that's like me. If my name was Gina, I changed it to Gina. She was really funny. I think she was actually good for a comic relief character, but I have a problem with her. Why did they make her a hero at the end by using, you know, the bow and arrow thing? Anyone could have done that. I feel like making her the girl who shot, you know, the bow was kind of weak. And the CGI was awful in this film. I did not like the dragon looks at all. It did not feel right. The villain was a good villain, but I feel like his motivations and reasons were kind of misleading for me. And Shang-Chi as a protagonist was likable. Also, this film brings back Trevor Slattery, you know, from Iron Man 3. So, I have to give the film a lot of credit for that. So for that, I'm giving this a low A tier, just like WandaVision. But in all honesty, like I said, it has some great moments in it, but overall, it's not that amazing, you know? Hawkeye. This is honestly, I think this is the best MCU show. Yeah, I think this is the best MCU show. The comedy is actually toned down. The drama is actually really good. And it didn't ruin any of the characters. Hawkeye was handled brilliantly. The Kingpin was also handled really well. I liked, honestly, almost every episode. I would say only 1 episode or 2 is just meh. But that's really it. So for that, Hawkeye is a low S tier. The Eternals. Why am I doing this? Okay, The Eternals is easily the worst MCU film by far. Like, the characters, the music, the CGI, the villains, the reasoning, the after credits scene, the fact that Harry Styles is Thanos' brother. Okay, I like that. But other than that, everything about this movie is terrible. Absolutely atrocious. And you're telling me this film came out the same year as Godzilla vs. Kong? Go to bed. If you actually like Eternals, unsubscribe from this channel right now. D tier. Spider-Man No Way Home. Finally, a good MCU Spider-Man movie, but not great. I've explained why I'm not a huge fan of this film, but I will say, the first hour to 10 minutes is very boring and very misleading. However, the final 40 minutes is great. So for that, this gets a low A tier. This is brilliant, but lazy, okay? This film should have been directed by Sam Raimi, not the director who does the other Spider-Man movies. I forgot his name. That's why he's so bad, because I forgot his name. That's how bad he is. But yes, Spider-Man No Way Home is a good film, and that's a problem. It's good, not great. That's a problem. And I really despise how they made, you know, beloved characters, you know, generic MCU comic relief. They should have made them the characters they are. And there's too many plot holes. I don't like plot holes. Speaking of Spider-Man, finally we have the Sam Raimi trilogy. Spider-Man 1 from 2002. Top of the S tier. Better than Avengers Infinity War. Bite me. My favorite Marvel movie ever. Spider-Man 2 is also going in the S tier. Low S tier. And Spider-Man 3 is going right next to Spider-Man. Better than Avengers Infinity War. Spider-Man 3 is my second favorite Spider-Man movie. I like it more than Spider-Man 2, unfortunately. I know, but I just love Bully Maguire. I just have to give it to him. The Amazing Spider-Man, solid A tier. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, B tier. That's all I'm gonna say, B tier. Venom, C tier. Venom Let There Be Carnage, B tier. Daredevil the Show, low A tier. Moon Knight, C tier. Moon Knight could have been great, but they made a hero that looks so badass and tough, comedic. Like the part where he says in episode 2, Steven, what are you wearing? Yeah, the evil Egyptian guy, not Psycho Colonel Sanders. Like, what was that? It was so boring. And episode 6 was way too rushed. You can tell they rushed it at the end. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Strong C tier. I really wish this was a good film, but it's fine. This is Sam Raimi after all, so I will give him credit. C tier. Miss Marvel. Low B tier. Thor Love and Thunder. Why does this have a lot of positive reviews? D tier. Massive D. Biggest D ever. Oh, worst D, but yet so big. Oh my gosh. I really, really despise this movie so much. Why was it made? Oh. Now we have... what is that? Marvel Defenders. I haven't seen this, but I'm giving it D tier. Iron Fist, D tier. The Punisher, C tier. Luke Cage, C tier. Jessica Jones, C tier. She-Hulk, D tier. Baby Groot, B tier. Legends, D tier. Morbius, D tier. Werewolf by Night, low A tier. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, low S tier. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, strong B tier. Strong B tier. I'll give it a strong B tier. Yes. But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was amazing, honestly. I think the comedy was a lot better. Kevin Bacon was really good. Mantis was actually also really handled well. The reveal of her being the sister of Peter Quill was actually really crazy. I didn't expect that. But either way, this was still... It was really heartwarming. My mum and I really liked it. And it has some really funny moments like Rocket Raccoon getting Bucky Barnes' arm. And finally, we have the last MCU project, and I can't believe it's only the second one to get a bad score on Rotten Tomatoes. What? So, all the other films I just mentioned previously are nothing to y'all? Really? This film's, oh my gosh, this video is almost half an hour. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, D. I'm putting it at the top of D tier, because at least it had some fun moments in it. Jonathan Majors as Kang was good, but But Kang is an awful villain. They made him weak, they made him lame, they made him boring, they made him what? The new Thanos? Really? Really? The post-credit scene doesn't excite me at all. Yeah. Phase 5 is already going to be terrible. I just know it. Nothing is going to save Marvel. I don't care. So there you go. Those are my opinions on all the Marvel projects we have. Look at this. Only a few of them are in the S tier, and some of them aren't even fully MCU. There's only a couple in A, quite a lot in C, quite a few in D, and quite a few in and quite a bit in B. That's really bad. Really bad, honestly, Marvel. You really need to step up your game. Actually, don't. Just die at this point. I don't care. My most controversial video, viewers. Yay. Why did I make this? I don't know. But either way, viewers, this is my last video for today. If you enjoyed this particular video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested, follow me on Instagram, link down below. And until then, stay positive, keep calm, stay safe, be incredible. And as always, Brony on. Peace.